Are Chelsea in for a cup upset in the Club World Cup final group stage game? Group D. AS Tunis, can they do the unthinkable and beat us to knock us out of the Club World Cup? Welcome back to From the Shed End. Welcome back to the channel. That's what we're discussing on this video, our match preview ahead of our, I was going to say late kickoff, early kickoff, depending on where you are in the world, because we've got fans who watch the channel from England to Africa to Thailand to Toronto. So wherever you are in the world, we have a really big game tonight, today, later on this evening, wherever. Today's a massive game. It's an important game. It's a game that I don't think, when I first looked at the fixtures and how we were going to be playing our games with LAFC, Flamengo and Tunis, that I thought that this game was going to be the one that kind of decides our fate. I thought we would get a result against Flamengo. I thought we'd beat LAFC, which we did. But this game coming into it, I'm going to start with this one. What do we need? Well, Group D, as it stands at the moment, as you can see, Flamengo are top of the group with 6 points. We are joint second with Esperance Tunis, 3 points each. LAFC, 0 points. But this is a game. The other game does not have any significance in terms of what we need to get done. A draw or a win is good enough. Ideally, a draw. Now, I say that because we want to go into the last 16 and play on Saturday. But there are some things we need to consider. Check this out. According to Kieran Gill, who quoted this on Twitter earlier on today, Philadelphia's health department have declared a heat health emergency starting from tomorrow until Wednesday. Chelsea play Tuesday when temperatures are forecasted to hit 39 degrees in Philly. Kieran still goes on to say that it's 9 p.m. in Philadelphia. Chelsea play this time tomorrow, currently 34 degrees, feels like 39 degrees, according to our weather app. Now, why is that important? Because a lot of our players are not adjusting to this climatization well. I don't want to use that as an excuse as to why we can't beat AS Tunis, but it will play a massive factor. And I think that's why a lot of the teams that aren't necessarily used to warmer climates and temperatures are struggling in the game. You're seeing a lot more cooling breaks. But Tunis might actually be used to playing in this. The Tunisian weather in May, June and July hits 40 beyond at some point. We can throw Egyptian teams in there, Moroccan teams. A lot of those East African teams will be used to playing in this level of heat and temperatures. Their bodies are ready for it. We're not. But I will say this, is that we have a big enough squad to rotate and use it to our disposal. Now, the players, Maresca said yesterday, were struggling to train. I think Borussia Dortmund, some of their subs weren't even on the bench for the match. They were watching in the dressing room where it was nice and cool with the aircon. We could see similar things tonight. We could see similar things this morning in the early hours with temperatures still soaring over in America, near enough to 40-degree heat. A lot of these players are going to struggle, I think, in the temperatures and the conditions that they're going to be playing in. But that isn't the biggest problem. That is not the biggest problem. This is the biggest problem. Again, Kieran Gill, new. Nico Jackson given 2-game ban by FIFA for his red card in Chelsea's Club World Cup loss to Flamengo. Decision is final and cannot be appealed. He goes on to say as well, Kieran Gill, on Twitter, Rico Lewis of Manchester City was given a 3-game ban by FIFA for his straight red in comparison. Nico Jackson will miss tonight's game against AS Tunis in Philadelphia and Saturday's last 16 tie versus Bayern Munich or Benfica in Charlotte if CFC get there. Problems. Absolute problems. But Maresca has a job on his hands. He has this is AS Tunis. This is not a team that we can expect to just go and beat. They actually played really well against LAFC and won. This is a team that I don't expect to give us as much trouble as Flamengo. But let's not take the piss and think that we're gonna steamroll the game, because we're not. We're gonna struggle in this game. Whether we put out the same 11 that played against Flamengo or the same 11 that's played against LAFC, minus Nico Jackson, I still think we're gonna struggle. And the reason I think that is because I still don't think Maresca is fully trusting some of his players to get the job done. I don't think he trusts Tariq George. I don't think he trusts André Santos. But if I'm going to be honest, tonight is the night you play André Santos. You play him. You put him in the team. You move Enzo Fernandez forward into the 10. You take Cole Palmer and you put him on the bench and you give him a rest. I think the one mistake Enzo Maresca has made so far in the Club World Cup is not to play André Santos, Osugo a bit more, Tariq George a little bit more. You could have thrown a dice at some of those players in the LAFC game or maybe the Flamengo game. Had we got a grip of the game on Wednesday, I think you can bring on Osugo. I think you bring in Tariq George a bit earlier. I think you test Nkunku. Maybe you throw a Dewsbury Hall and give some of your other players a rest, but we have options on the bench regardless. Whether we want to use them or not, Maresca's going to have to trust his players, because when you get to the last 16, if let's not jump the gun, if we get to the last 16, you want to make sure your top players are in good condition to play, whether that's midfield, defenders, attackers, whoever. They have to be in the best prime condition whilst they're over in America. We can't struggle against a team like Benfica or Bayern Munich. They will turn up against us, and we know that. What I will say is this is a team that is missing their key player. Their Cole Palmer of S Tunis. He's suspended. He picked up 2 yellow cards in the last 2 games. He's out. But what we need to see from Chelsea in this game is solid defensive resilience, dominance and control in the midfield, and attacking flair and threat in the attack. If one out of those 3 things isn't working, get the jet running, get the plane ready, get it on the what's it called, the runway, because we'll be going home. If we're not solidly defensively switched on in this game, and I'm going to go through my lineup in a minute, but if we're not switched on for this game tonight, pack your LV bags, your Louis V bags, get them on the plane. Because we're not going to win the game. If in that midfield, we don't dominate the ball, and that could be Lavia, Caicedo, Osugo, Enzo, any O, it doesn't matter who it is, whoever's in that midfield has to be switched on and dominate possession. And they have to feed the ball through. All this negative sideways passing, backwards, back here, that can't happen. It hasn't happened. It hasn't helped us in the season just gone in the Premier League. It hasn't helped us in the Conference League. It isn't going to help us in the Club World Cup. Attack, attack, attack. Front foot thinking. Get forward with the ball. And even I'd rather Liam Delap miss 6 chances than only to get 1 chance. I would rather Liam Delap have 7 chances at goal and only 1 of them goes into the back of the net. He has to get this. Liam Delap's time is going to be definitely judged, unless we play Mark Gu, which I doubt we will. But Liam Delap is going to be heavily, heavily tested. In all angles, we need to see some brilliant running from him. We need to see him holding up the ball well. We need to see him penetrating the box. We need to see him taking chances and testing the goalkeeper. Now, that isn't just for this game. That will be on Saturday's game as well against Bayern Munich or Benfica, should we get there. But he has to be switched on. And this is his time to shine now. This is his moment. Is he good enough to be Chelsea's number 9? We're going to find out tonight. We're going to find out tonight, ladies and gentlemen. But let me take you to the predicted lineup. This is my predicted lineup. I have gone with Felipe Jorgensen in goal. I think Robert Sanchez, after the last game, the reason I have no hair is because of people like Sanchez in goal who stress me the fuck out for football. So he's out the team. Jorgensen's in goal. I have gone with Reece James, who I think, personally for me, it can't play him in the midfield. Let's play him at right back, his natural position where he's going to be able to affect the game a bit more. Malo Gusto, I don't think would even help us in this game. He'd probably hinder us and probably cause more harm than good as a right back. So I've gone with Reece James. I have stuck with the 2 that I think will play. I have gone with Levi Colwill and I've gone with Tosin as my centre-backs, with Marc Cucurella on the left-hand side of my defence. I've changed things slightly because I've gone with Moises Caicedo and I've gone with André Santos as the other pairing in the midfield. I think we need to see Santos. I will be very, very surprised if we do not see André Santos even get 60 minutes tonight. He has to play. I'll be honest, if he doesn't play tonight, there's a massive question mark whether he stays at the seat at this in the team in the next foreseeable, because I don't think he wants to play second fiddle. He shouldn't be playing second string to any of our other midfielders. He's just come off the back of one of the best performances in Ligue 1. He should be the one that we build our team around, essentially based on performance. He has to be in the team for me personally. Now, going forward, I've changed things slightly. I have gone with, there's no Noni Madueke, as you can see. I've gone with Tariq George. On the left, I've gone with Enzo Fernandez in the 10. I think he's going to be a bit more capable in this game, more so than Cole Palmer, who I think is frustrated, maybe burnt out, maybe needs a rest, but things aren't clicking for Cole Palmer. And if we're basing the team on form and form only, he should be on the bench. I've gone with Pedro Neto on the right, who I think will be effective, with Liam Delap, as I said before, having to cause problems for the AS Tunis defenders and the goalkeeper, penetrate the box, make the right runs, receive the ball into the box. Let's make it easy for us tonight. Let's not make it difficult where we need to chase the game and we have to struggle for 90 minutes. Let's get the job done early so we can all relax and maybe get some more sleep. If you're in England, you can go back to bed and get some sleep at 4 a.m. in the morning if you've got work the next day. Let's do that. Let's not go to bed stressed at 4 o'clock in the morning and have to get up for work and be pissed off all day. Let's make it worthwhile getting up for Chelsea fans in England, 2 a.m. in the morning. I went yesterday with a prediction of 1-0. I'm sticking with the prediction of 1-0. I don't think we're going to score many goals. I think we're going to make things tricky for ourselves, but we have to win. We have to win. And if we're, like I said yesterday on the podcast, if we're in the Club World Cup, we have to try and win the Club World Cup. There's no point going there to make up numbers. It doesn't make any sense. I'm going to leave you guys with this thought before I wrap up. One of these teams cost 2.6 billion combined. One of these teams cost 26.4 million. I'll leave you with that. I don't care about temperatures. I don't care about red cards. I don't care about any of the other stuff. We've got a squad that should beat this team comfortably. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. We're on the road to 850 subscribers. Make sure you subscribe if you haven't done so already. Linktree link in the description. We'll be back tomorrow with the match review of the game, hopefully with a positive spin on it. Until then, enjoy the game and we'll speak soon.